Hey everyone, this is Bobo from the Mabi server. I'm here to do a video on the re-release of MabiLand, and it is basically in celebration of our 8th anniversary in Mabi. Wow, it's been 8 years since Mabi's been released. Crazy, huh? Anyways, I don't plan on doing a full-on video of this event because I technically already have a video on this event. You can click on here and you can see that other video for MabiLand back when it was like 7th something anniversary of something. However, in this video, I will cover all the new things that has been added or /changed. First off, let's check out the hot time events. So basically, you can get a penguin cone hat. That's kind of new if you log into Mabi within the 29th of March. And you can also get this nifty new 8th anniversary title on Saturday the 26th. So be sure to log in for that. Everything else is pretty much coins and stuff. I personally think the penguin hat is much adorbs. It's like a cute little penguin sitting on your head, except the back kind of looks funny. I don't know, it's just me, but the back makes my head look large. If you did not get your hat upon logging in, you might not have enough space in your inventory, so be sure to make enough space for your inventory and relog, and hopefully you should get the hats as long as you log in within the 29th. Now, the major noticeable change for this event is basically the fattening quest. I don't know if you guys remember, but the last time we had this event, you already automatically had the ingredients in your inventory. This time, if you guys paid attention to the actual dialogue from the NPC, you have to cook a certain dish that he asked for, and basically, he'll tell you every single one of them. Now, the first dish is obviously candied strawberries. So in order to find that recipe, it's easy. Just open your cooking skill and look at the cooking list. Everything is with mixing, so you don't have to have a pro rank cooking. And if you just pull down the little cooking pull down menu where it shows all the recipes, you should be able to find the dish that he asked for. So here is candied strawberries, and it's just simple ingredients that you can just purchase straight from the fattener person thingy. Also, if you look closely, you'll see that the recipe itself already tells you what percentage you need for each dish. Now, it's really easy to figure out the percentage. Just kind of eyeball it. In the middle, it's obviously 50%. Towards the end, further all the way down, possibly to like the D in add. The last D in add on the third box is approximately 90%, and that's how you can just figure out the percentages in the game. Now, I just, it's not perfect, of course. I don't use a ruler or anything like that, but for me, it's just, just to get the quest out of the way. You don't need to really have a 5-star dish. As long as you can cook the dish, that's all that matters. So there you have it. That's candied strawberries as the first dish to make. Now, the next dish actually kind of threw me off and made me worried a little bit because it was a dish that was made out of several dishes that actually exists on Mabi. Now, that dish is basically corn dog, and in order to make corn dog, you need to have flour dough and sausage. And if you guys have cooked in Mabi, you will know that flour dough and sausage can be made from scratch in Mabi. But before you start going out into the wheat fields and harvesting all the wheat just to make wheat flour, stop right there, because you can actually buy both dishes straight from the fattener. Now just talk to him, and then you go to his ingredient tab, and you'll see that the sausage is there, and so is the flour dough. For some odd reason, the sausage is free, and the flour dough is like 200 gold. I don't know if that means anything, but whatever. You can buy the ingredients. Don't bother trying to make the flour dough straight from scratch, thinking that you can save money, because technically you're gonna have to turn on that windmill anyways. Gonna cost you some gold, which you can just spend on buying this flour dough. Right? Alright, let's make some corn dogs. The next dish is basically some sort of antioxidant rainbow juice. It's super easy to make. It's just cabbage, carrot, and broccoli. Now, in order to get the broccoli, you don't actually buy it. You get it from the fattener once you're done with the corn dog. Now, I don't know if you guys notice, in terms of turning in the quote-unquote dishes, you have to make the dish, consume it, and then talk to the fattener, and then he will be like, alright, give me the next dish. So make sure you consume the dish that you're eating. I mean, you'll notice that you might start to have some adverse effects. But fear not, they are not permanent. Last but not least, for your last dish that you have to turn in, it's churros. And churros is easy ingredients: flour, butter, and sugar. You can all buy those. And just put in the percentages that they request for, and you're done. It's basically 4 dishes, and that's it. The last dish obviously will plump you up in size, like, you know, last year. But again, if you don't like the size, you can always just change channels and get rid of it. Now, MabiLand still has all its other old events, such as the voting thing. Basically, once you log in, you'll get a single heart that you can use to vote. It's one of the useless games I find on MabiLand, but it's decent. You get a box for it. One of my favorites, obviously, is the hammer game, and I'll show you guys exactly why.
All I wanted from this event anyway. Piece of freaking... You hit the hammer. You lose your turn. You freaking hit the hammer. Oh, look at that! Didn't even freaking get anything. You freaking piece of crap. Son. Don't even care what this stupid piece. Then what are you gonna do? Zerg's just gonna be, oh, look at me. Look at Zerg's turn. Hey, look at this. Boom! Oh, look at Zerg. Probably still beat me 70 points. Yeah, I didn't can't even beat 70 points anymore. Piece of freaking crap. Can't even do anything. I don't even care anymore. Can't even get second place in freaking Zerg. Just take every place in.
Ah, poor Tony. Maybe next time. Another tip I wanted to share with you guys is to go to the cooking dungeon if you want to quickly finish the Sneaky Militia developer quest. Basically, the Sneaky Militia is going to give you a book, and you're going to have to collect some developer notes. 30 of them to be exact. 30 different ones. Now, the odds of, 30 notes dropping whilst you dungeon can be, pretty common, but it can be also really hard to find. So for me, it's easier just to do it all in one spot, and the easiest place is the cooking dungeon, because this place has a high amount of CP mobs, but they're pretty easy to kill, and they just drop like pancakes. You can literally clear the entire book within maybe 2 or 3 runs, or even less. Now, the interesting thing about this quest this year is that you're not going to get some dumb book bag this time. You're actually going to get this interesting package called the Developers Overtime Package, which contains some nice new treats. Obviously, you get the Developers Slippers with some energy drink to consume. So you get energy drinks, you get a sweet coffee, and you get almond chocolate bar. Num-nums. You get a battery, apparently. You need batteries. Clean socks, of course. And get off work on time charm, okay? And an employee ID. Now, the employee ID is an accessory, and the developer slippers you can wear. Everything else is a consumable one-time item. So, I don't know about you guys, but I want to, save that somewhere and not ever eat it. I mean, we don't really eat batteries, Last but not least is the Cave of Trials. Now, I know you guys are probably wondering, alright, please, Bobo, please tell me, is the Cave of Trials different now? It is technically the same, except there is one new final boss right after Glass. Now, you guys are probably wondering, curious to see what the boss is, so I'm about to show you guys in my full run right here. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I just kind of pummel through it the cheesy way by just doing as much DPS damage as much as possible. So that was kind of my lazy way technique. I mean, there are plenty other techniques out there if you guys go on YouTube and search for it. My last year technique obviously was really bad, fighting Glass. I don't know if you guys remember me shouting beams, but that was not really an ideal way to fight. Personally, for me, Gunner is the fastest and easiest way to clear most of these mobs, and everything else for me, I just bash right through it. Last year we didn't even have bash, so this year makes this run so much more easier. So if you did not clear the Cave of Trials last year and you happen to have bash this year, you probably have a chance. Now, the only other tip that I can give you guys is to stay behind the bosses. I mean, it's obvious that if you hit them from behind, they can't hit you unless they use some sort of AoE attack that just spreads in all directions. Now, for other enemies like Amaro, she's kind of annoying to fight, to be honest. I use Shield of Trust sometimes to prevent that annoying water splash damage thingy. I forget what's it's called. So that's a one thing you can use, or just keep potting as much as possible. Or use Shooting Rush and then just like jump out of the way from her attacks. Mana Shield can be very helpful in this run. Speed potions, cater, battlefield, just do whatever you can to defeat the bosses. For the Grim Reaper, just attack him from behind. It's difficult to do, I know, and he drains like your HP and MP really quickly, so just if you can, hit him from behind and he'll start doing that my back, animation. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this year you will get a new set of title for each Cave of Trials boss. So it's not going to be the same title as last year, so you will have to redo this entire Cave of Trials just to get the new titles. The new titles are actually slightly better than the last year's title. Last year's titles was basically called the Conquerors, blah blah blah, trial this, and this year it is the Vanquishers. They give a little bit more stats than last year, so if that matters, then go for it, guys. I still suggest that you guys do this event because it is an event only title that you can get. Alright, so now on to the Master Lich. For the Master Lich, usually I do a rain cast, technique. Basically, I would wait until the Grim Reaper is at its sliver of health and then lullaby him and put a rain cast up, so that way the gas will aggro the clouds and not me while I try to fire stun the Lich. Once the Lich is fire stunned, I can freely final hit him without him annoying me with all those like dumb magic attacks and stuff like that. Now that is one technique that's pretty common for this kind of run. Other people tend to use things like shock. There are many techniques, like I said before, but in this video, I'm just gonna tank it. I just go full on out, trans, demi, wings of eclipse, just like tank everything as quick as possible and do as much damage as possible. Lullaby definitely helps because you don't want the gas to aggro you. For some odd reason they weren't aggroing me in this part of the video, but okay, I'll just go with it. And then I'll just bash him to death. Bash just is the most amount of damage for me. With my CRKs, it's all I need. And once I can clear the Master Lich, the only thing left for me to clear is just the final two bosses. Potions are a must. I know it sucks for the Master Lich because he does have a skill that prevents you from consuming potions. I just got lucky there for some reason. I probably would have died. But just full on DPS as much as possible, quick as possible, just to clear everything out the way to go to the next boss. Obviously not everyone can use this kind of method, but this is my lazy way of doing it because I don't want to think. Now when it comes to the glass, I just really stay behind it and bash it to death. I know he's gonna hit me a couple times, but that's all I do is just tank it. I have enough potions, I have enough time technically to bash it, or even to way of the gun it as much as possible. Now the glass right here is kind of cheating here with his little lag issues, but eventually that clears away. You may encounter some lag, especially if you are on channel 2 or a really populated channel, or just Mabi just being Mabi. So don't freak out, just try to gives you time to think about what you gotta do next. But for me, it didn't help me too much because it wasted my way of the gun. It's okay, got bash. Bash is all I need. Bash for life. Now, the reason why I use this method is because I don't like switching around with, my weapons around too much. It's kind of annoying. And at the same time, I don't really use Demi or Trans as often, so when I do use it, it doesn't hurt me too much in terms of, you know, bringing back the EXP bar up. So yeah, I just kind of clear as much as possible through it, so that way I can actually get to the end boss with my Trans still up. Now for the end boss, it can be kind of interesting. Spoiler right now, if you guys don't want to see, just you know, move the thingy forward and skip ahead. But basically the end boss is your dear friend Duro. Duro, yes, that goblin that basically like puts you into this run in the first place. He decides to want to fight you, apparently as the final boss. Now he seems like, you know, really harmless, small little guy, but he's actually packs quite a punch. You know, he hits a good deal of damage, like, you know, one smack, boom, oh my god, that hurts, and I'm in trance, guys. So, my suggestion for this, if you have a Way of the Gun, use it, like, not right away. He actually pings and he teleports, so it's a little bit annoying, but at least with Way of the Gun, you can do a decent amount of damage. If you have other skills that can help, skills like Wings of Rage and your Wings of Eclipse and Bash and Final Hit and all that good stuff, just use it, because you don't want to get to this boss and all of a sudden, like, you know, like, lose. That would suck. And then you're gonna spend the rest of your day looking at Duro outside of the Cave of Trials and glare at him as he offers you another entry into the Cave of Trials, saying, "Do you want to have another go at me again?" Yeah, you don't want that kind of shock in your life, so just go all out. You know, go Tarzan mode and like pretend that you're saving the love of your life or something. That's basically what I did. I was like, no, I will not end it here. He really plays you like a fool, making you think that he's harmless with a little penguin cap on his head, but he's really a monster. A monster, I tell you. The good thing about Duro, though, is that he's kind of slow, so, you know, you could technically kind of kite him around a little bit until he starts to teleport. Gives you a little bit more time to do things that you really need to do, like rebuff yourself, switch weapons. You know, he can't really catch up to you. But he does ping a lot, so he'll just inch closer and closer until, you know, he touches your face and you're like, yes, I want your bloods. But if you guys DPS well enough and have enough potions, hopefully, to keep yourself alive, you should be able to clear this run no problem and within maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes. I don't know. That's basically how I did my Cave of Trials for this year. Now for the rewards for the Cave of Trials, this is basically what I got, guys. A bunch of potions, lots of leathers. I did get a homestead item, but that is basically a crystal little character item thingy that was the same as last year. But it's mostly potions, mostly random things like, you know, upgrade stones and stuff like that. So it's, you know, that's what you can get. Just like last year, if you kind of AFK in MabiLand, you get some EXP over time, and if you sit at a campfire for 10 minutes, you will get a box and coins, I believe, for the, you know, campfire bonus thingy. As for the Mabi coins, you can use the Mabi coins and obtain these outfit sets for 90 Mabi coins and some other interesting prizes too. If you speak with Duro, you can see the shop for yourself and buy the boxes and the outfit sets. If you want the Lorna Adventure bag that was released last year, you'd actually have to talk to him and browse goods and trade in your coins that way. You can also trade in 20 coins for one of the Renouve or Shen new characters for your homestead. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and open some of the box gifts on this event. So the first box I'm going to be opening is the 8th anniversary gift box. So this is the 8th anniversary gift box. Basically got, homestead item. It's basically one of the old stuff though. But if you haven't gotten it, kudos for you. You guys can get it. One of the festive hats again. You know, like pretty festive hats to wear. And again, these are all 8th anniversary boxes. These are free boxes that you can get from the event, not with your coins. Fortunately, I can't shoot these fireworks at this time because it's not late enough. 6 p.m. What? Alright, let's see what else I get. And then, boom. Homestead item. Yeah. Alright, so Dungeon Orb figurine. So these are all old Homestead items from last year's MabiLand. So if you guys haven't gotten it, you can have a chance of getting it again. These are all totems that add stats to you. But you can only have one stacked. You can't really have like stack a bunch of them and get a bunch of stats, you know. Alright, so here is the Mabi coin box. I got some campfire kits. Ooh, I got the new V. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna put this up in my homestead for you guys. And there, boom. So adorable! So cute! That is one of the new homestead items that you guys can get. Alright, let's continue opening these boxes. Alright, combat potions. Combat potions. Give me outfit piece, please. Outfit piece. Please. Alright, got a Shen. Alright, so I'm gonna put her down here so you guys can see her. Much adorbs. Her head is slightly bigger than Bates. Okay, next box. Ooh, another one. Cools. Next. More campfire kits. Put my cooking hat back on. And eat a muffin of luck for this last one. Boom! Combat potion. Hopefully you guys get better luck than me though. And that is basically MabiLand, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my video. Like always, please, please, please stay awesome and enjoy the festivities.